Hey guys, Taylor here in Guangzhou again, back with another video. It's a rainy Sunday afternoon here in Guangzhou. I'm just about to head out, look for something to eat for lunch. I'm gonna go for some Chinese food today. I'm not sure what though. I'm in the Huajing Sichuan area, that's Huajing Newtown area of Guangzhou. I'm just gonna go check around, see what they have, and find some Chinese restaurant to eat at. Maybe go for some Cantonese food, or maybe Cantonese food or Sichuan food. We'll see what they got in the area. Probably end up being Cantonese food, but let's check it out and we'll see. Still not sure what I'm gonna have yet. So much to choose from in this area. And you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that when you talk about Chinese food, you know, it's a very broad term because all the regions and provinces in China, they have their own versions of it, their own variation of Chinese food. So, you know, you could be living in China for your whole life and still probably not try everything. It's very difficult. So I'm having a tough time trying to decide what I'm gonna have just for lunch. I want to look for a more sit-down restaurant if they have it here. A lot of these places, they're not really like, they're just small shops. I'm just looking for maybe a bigger restaurant where we can sit down, get some good food, have a nice cold beer. So we found a place to go for lunch. We got out of the rain, and this is actually a Spicy Hot Pot restaurant. And at the front it says Chengdu, and I believe, if I'm could be mistaken, but that's a city in Sichuan province. And all the signs point to this being a Sichuan Hot Pot restaurant. I don't have my wife with me, and my Chinese is not that great at the moment. So I ordered a hot pot with a split, so one side is the spicy water and one side is the non-spicy water, and we were able to pick out some things from the fridge. I just showed the guy what I want and he got it for me, and we're just waiting for the water to get here and then we can start cooking. For those of you that don't know what is hot pot is basically, it's a lot of fun actually, especially if you go with a big group of people. You're at a table, and in the center of the table there's a pot of boiling water. Sometimes it can be spicy, sometimes it can be non-spicy, it depends on what you want. And you cook all your food in the boiling water. And I really enjoy the spicy broth because sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, but all other times can be very enjoyable, especially if you enjoy spicy food. And I really do enjoy spicy food, so today's lunch is going to be great. So here's what we got to go in the water. We got some tofu on the side. This is more like a crispy tofu. I really enjoy this one. And we got some beef slices here. If you can see, I'll focus the camera a little bit. Beef slices. And we have a bunch of stuff that is on skewers. We have a couple skewers of chicken, one of tofu, and some more beef and some mutton. And you just put the skewers in the boiling water and let it cook in that broth. And it's very, very flavorful, very, very delicious stuff. And oh man, I'm starving. I'm just waiting for this water to get here so I can start cooking. Alright, so our hot pot just arrived. I'm just waiting for the water to get a little bit more heated up, get boiling. And as you can see on the left side, we have the really, really spicy hot pot water. And on the right side, we have the non-spicy. It's like a vegetable broth. And you know, It's good. I like to have both just because I'll mainly be eating the spicy, but then there'll be some points, especially when it gets to be very, very hot and spicy, that I'll take a rest and have some of the non-spicy ones. So I like to have both options at the table, but I definitely prefer the spicy. And as you can see, inside the broth, very, very dark red broth, and you can see those chili peppers inside just waiting, they're soaking in there. Very, very flavorful broth. Smells great, and I can already tell that it's going to be very, very spicy, that's for sure. And of course, Sichuan food would not be complete without an ice-cold beer to go along with it. And I have ice-cold Budweiser today, and I'm drinking a glass. I shouldn't say just Sichuan food, I should say all Chinese food in general. I love to have a cold beer with my Chinese food, always. It's always the perfect combination. In my opinion, all Chinese food that I've ever tried goes really well with an ice-cold beer. And most restaurants in China, when you go, you'll get your plates and your bowls together. They usually come wrapped up in a packaging like this. And you'll get, of course, your chopsticks, of course. And it's part of something my wife taught me is, I guess you could say it's part of the Chinese restaurant etiquette, you could say, is you crack it open. Okay. Open it up. And usually the restaurant gives you a bowl, like a bigger bowl like this, okay, and some hot water, boiling hot water. And what my wife taught me is what you usually do is, it's part of the etiquette, is to clean your utensils first. So what we'll do is I'll put my spoon into the bowl here like this, and my chopsticks in there like this, and I'll pour the boiling water to clean the chopsticks and the bowl and the spoon together. It's just nice and hot, boiling. Get the spoon, clean it, because you don't know how long it's been sitting in the plastic for. Yes, you can say it's disinfecting it with hot water. Then we'll pour the hot water right into that big bowl that they gave us. Like this. And that's it. And that's part of the Chinese restaurant etiquette. Clean your utensils first. Alright, so there we go. Our water is finally boiling. We're ready to start cooking. I'm going to get some of this meat in there right now. Here we go. Let's start with the beef slices. Let's get that in there. Also, it's got some cabbage, man. I'm going to put in there. Yes. Throw some of that cabbage in there as well. Alright, so we're going to let that beef cook up in there for a few minutes, and then we're going to give it a try and see how it is. We'll see the level of spiciness to this broth we have here right now, and then we'll go for the other stuff. Alright, so once that meat is cooked up, you just take it out with your chopsticks, or you can even use the big spoons that they usually give you. I'm going to use my chopsticks to try it. Ready to go. Let's see how spicy it is. It's very, very hot right now. I may have to wait a minute to get it cooled off. Oh wow. Fuck yeah, it's very, very spicy. You can tell by the number of peppers inside. But if you enjoy spicy food, you're going to really like this. But you're definitely going to want to have a cold drink, like a cold water or a nice cold beer to go along with it. And on the side here, they have a huge number of condiments, sauces and spices and seasonings that you can add to your bowl. Add a little bit extra flavor to that meat you got there. They have soy sauce, red wine vinegar, onions, garlic powder, garlic, chili peppers, parsley, all kinds of stuff. Oyster sauce, everything you can imagine, sauce, sugar even, everything. I'm going to get a little bit of soy sauce here. I like some soy sauce to go along with it. Maybe a little bit of garlic in there as well. Goes really well with the garlic soy sauce. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. But really spicy. I'm starting to sweat here. Starting to get a sweat going, but it's absolutely delicious. Alright, so we got our meat skewers into the spicy water, and we're going to wait for these to cook a few minutes. We're going to give them a try, and I think after we finish up this, we're going to need to take a little bit of a break from the spiciness because it's getting really hot, and maybe we'll end up using some of that vegetable broth on the right side. Alright, so some of our meat skewers are done cooking now. Let's give them a try. Pull them out of that spicy broth. This one right here. Looks really good. I'm going to put it in the soy sauce. Let's give it a try. Oh wow. This is the mutton or the lamb. I think this is the mutton for sure. Mutton. Very, very tender. Very, just melts in your mouth actually. Goes amazing with that spicy broth. Fantastic. So cheap too. One of these meat skewers is only 1.5 RMB. That's next to nothing. That's like, 20 cents Canadian. So really, like, this is going to be a very inexpensive lunch, that's for sure. Alright, so next up we got some of the pork that's on the skewers. This is big chunks of pork, and it smells amazing right now. We'll give it a try. I didn't know there was a bone in there. The meat is just so tender and so delicious, just bursting with flavor. It's fantastic. Next up, we give this one a try. I don't know if you can see. It's actually beef wrapped. Cilantro. The vegetable cilantro is wrapped in beef onto a skewer, and it really smells good. The cilantro smells amazing. Let me give it a try right now. All in one bite for this day. Put it in the soy sauce. That was very good. The cilantro adds a little bit of a crunch to it. Very good, and very. The meat is very moist, tasty, and like everything else here, just bursting with flavor. So we got the rest of the stuff inside. I decided to go put the tofu and the cabbage into the non-spicy one. I'm going to enjoy that one last. A lot of steam coming up there. And we still got a couple more skewers left in the spicy. And we got this plate of crispy tofu here. I'll probably put a little bit of that in the spicy one and a little bit of that in the non-spicy one. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling it. My face is on fire right now. I'm sweating. I'm almost out of beer. I'm going to probably have to get another cold Budweiser. And I'm going to try to kill this rest of the stuff I got here. So I'm not quite finished lunch yet, but I just decided I'm going to have another drink here. This is some Sichuan Baijiu, and if you've seen any of my videos on trying Chinese products, I actually tried this one in episode 2, and this is a Sichuan Baijiu. It's quite nice actually. It's 52% alcohol though, but I figured, how can you have Sichuan food without Sichuan Baijiu? So I'm going to have some of this right now, and hopefully that's going to give me the strength and the courage to finish this spicy food that I have here. Got the baijiu, really, really cheap, only 15 RMB for this bottle. That's about $3 Canadian. So not going to break the bank by having a little drink with your lunch here, that's for sure. A nice glass right here. Cheers. That burns just as much as the spicy hot pot, I think. so we're almost finishing up here. I got one more Budweiser here, big bottle of Budweiser, ice cold, and we're finishing off with our tofu. We got the tofu in the non-spicy broth just because, like I said before, my face and my mouth is just melting away. So we're gonna take a break and eat some of this tofu. Tofu is very nice. You know, I really enjoy tofu. Actually, some people don't. Some people do. I really much prefer this style of tofu. It's more of a crispy texture to it, and when you mix it with this garlic soy sauce, is very, very good. Actually, I really enjoy it. Let's give it a try right now. Very good, very good. Just before I was about to leave, about to get the bill, they asked me if I wanted to get a VIP card, so I got it. This one. It's for this particular restaurant, and I just had to give my phone number, my name, and date of birth, and I got this VIP card. So next time I come, and which I'm sure I will be back for sure, I get there's certain deals and stuff they have that come with the VIP card. So I'm really happy I came here today. Alright, so we just finished our lunch at the Sichuan Hot Pot restaurant. Very, very delicious, very, very spicy, of course. Had a couple cold beers, a little bit of Sichuan baijiu. Feeling good right now, nice and full. I had excellent lunch, and they're so friendly there. Like I said before, they gave me the VIP card, and the service was amazing. And you know, practiced my Chinese a little bit there. Had a great time for lunch. And you know, as you can see, China, you know, there's so many different variations of Chinese food, and I'm going to try my best in these videos to try as many different ones as I can and show you how amazing the food is here in China, because it truly is, really. There's no doubt about it. You know, one of the number one reasons to come to China, I would say, is the food. If you are a fan of Chinese food, if you're a fan of spicy food, sweet and savory, those kind of things, come to China, because it is absolute foodie's paradise. There's just so much amazing food here on every corner, everywhere you go. There's so much to choose from. And, you know, not just Chinese food, of course, they have really good Western food too, as maybe you've seen in some of my other videos as well. It's just a great place. You know, China, it's just absolutely fantastic. Every day is an adventure. And I've been here for 3 years, and still, you know, every day I'm seeing new things, I'm experiencing new things, and it's just a fantastic place to visit, fantastic place to live, and I'm really happy here. So, alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on life in China, some of the best Chinese food here, and some of the best places in Guangzhou to visit. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a comment, help me out here. And until next time, this is Taylor in Guangzhou. Have a great day.